of what you do. So if you're only pitching a sale because you want to make a quick couple bucks, versus I want to develop a relationship with you and show you how I can help you to change your life. I understand how it feels to want something more, but you just don't know how to get it. That's the place that you want to come from. A very authentic, very genuine place wanting to help people. About 3 years ago, it's been almost 4 years now, it was Thanksgiving Day, and I was getting my kids ready because we have family up in Maryland, we have family down in Faulkner, it's all Maryland, but different ends. And I was getting my kids ready for the day, we're making all these different stops, and I got a phone call, my cell phone rang. And I was, I'm trying to get the kids ready, and they were younger at the time, so I'm running over to the cell phone, trying to get the cell phone. By the time I got to the cell phone, I had missed the call. So I was like, oh well, surprise, a family member calling us to tell us, whatever, ask us what time we're going to be there. So about 20 seconds later, the phone rings again, and I grab it, and it says Cherie. I have a twin sister. Cherie's my twin sister. So I was like, oh, she's calling me, let me answer. I answered, I said, hey. And on the other end, all I could hear was profuse sobbing. And I said, Cherie, please get yourself together. Tell me what's going on, what's happening, what's wrong. And she she literally can't get herself together. And so I'm all emotional because she's emotional. She's my sister. We're very close. I know something's wrong. And please tell me what's wrong. So she finally composes herself just enough to get out 2 words. And those 2 words were, Daddy died. My father was 59 years old. He died unexpectedly of a massive heart attack in his sleep. And when you pass in your own home, there's a process because they want to make sure there's no foul play. The medical examiner comes. And so I had time to get to his home before he was removed from his home. And I remember very vividly, like it happened yesterday, my father being closed up in a body bag. And as they took him out of his home, 59 years old, I thought to myself, wow, that's it. I mean, they literally gave me a bag with his watch, his rings, his little pocket knives. My father was crazy, y'all. And I just remember thinking to myself, wow, that's it. There's no redoing it. There's no reboot. There's no, oh, now I'm going to try this. That's it. And I thought, wow, I really hope that he lived the life he wanted to live at 59 years. So I say that, not because I want y'all to leave here depressed, but I say that because it was an awakening moment for me. It was an awakening moment where it didn't put me in a state of depression because I chose not to allow it to put me there. I chose to take that tragedy and say, Cheryl, what are you doing with your life right now? If you're gone tomorrow, will somebody else have to tell your story? Because you didn't have the courage to write the book. Because you kept procrastinating. Because you wanted it to be perfect before you put it out. If you're gone tomorrow, will your kids have the wealth, the abundance, the prosperity that you wanted, but they didn't get it because you weren't courageous enough to go get it? You've got to break every self-limit. All the stuff that you're telling yourself on a daily basis that keeps you held hostage in a place of want, it is time to eliminate it. Yes. And so now, I'm known as the fearless success coach. Bad sister right there. Because now I'm fearless about going out and trying. I'm fearless about going out and failing and being okay with it. And saying, at least that still still puts me 10 steps ahead of the people who never had the courage to try in the first place. And I will keep pushing, and I will keep trying, and I will keep moving, and I will keep connecting with people, and I will keep sharing my story for as long as I possibly can, because I know the story will long outlive the physical body. So my advice, my recommendation, my encouragement to each of you is to walk in your greatness without apologies or regrets. Don't leave this place with apologies. Don't leave here with regrets ever. And that means you've got to take action. Motivational guru Tony Robbins, he says, you know, a decision without a new action is not really a decision at all. Until you've taken a new action, you have not truly decided. So my question to you, take time and figure out what's the decision that you're making when you leave here today. See, you can come to a conference and I can get you fired up all day long. We can talk, we can cry, we can laugh, all those things, but what are you going to do when you go out that door? What are you going to do different that you're not doing right now to break self-limits and to get to your abundance, your prosperity, your 6 figures, if that's what you choose? And I think at this time we have to, I think one thing I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to announce, if you would please fill out your evaluation form, please do that.
Yes, please fill out your evaluation form and turn it in to me.
And I believe now we have a few minutes for question and answer. And yes, in the back. Oh no, she's raising up. Does anybody have a question or? Yes, ma'am.
When did you know, I know you said you had a 9-to-5 job. So when did you know, you had the passion, so when did you know it was
When I know it's time to jump? I didn't. I didn't know. It was simply a matter of me deciding that I'm going to do it now. It's either now or never. Everybody gets to that place where you decide, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right now. And if I'm not, I'm going to be probably stuck right here. It was that. Now, I'll tell you, I was helped a little bit because while still working a corporate job, I would always job hop. Anybody else been a job hopper? Like if you go over here and do 2 years, I'm sick of y'all. I go over here and do 2 years, I'm sick of y'all. That was me. Because really, I was cut from an entrepreneurial cloth. I didn't belong in anybody's job, behind anybody's desk. And so I would job hop. And so in this particular situation, I decided to start a new job. I started the new job. I was there for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and I had been doing this career. I was a legal secretary, so I can be very authentic. I was a legal secretary, but I made great money because I worked for some of the top rainmakers in DC firms, right? So I made great money. And I started this new job. 3 weeks in, I got a call from the Human Resources office, and they said, "Oh, Cheryl, we're sorry. It's just not working out." Huh? Oh, again, what? But the thing about it was, as I sat there and listened to them, you know how inside you're breaking down, but you're showing a tough face? Like I was showing a tough face, like, oh, what? You know, what is this about? But inside, I was breaking down. I was crying, screaming, because all I could think was, oh my God, how am I going to feed my kids? Oh my God, how am I going to pay mortgage, which is due in a couple weeks? Like I was living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So I needed my next paycheck. And I'll never forget what they said. Well, you can always collect unemployment.
Wow.
And they said it very boldly. Oh, because I'm a little black girl, I can go collect unemployment? I'm sorry. That's what I thought at the moment. When I'm able-bodied, when I can work, when I'm very talented and skilled, are you kidding me? That's what I thought. So I went from desperation to anger. Have you ever been angry that you're in the situation you're in? But you know you put yourself in? You know that it's up to you to get yourself out of that? That was the push for me. And from that moment, I decided, I didn't quit right away, like I went and found another job. But that was in my mind, I said, I will never allow myself to be in this situation ever again. Where somebody is in control of my life. Yeah. And they can take the paycheck or take it away. Give me the paycheck or take it away. That was really a push. That and my dad's death were the 2 things that really, like, you know how you can feel something brewing in you? Like, oh, today might be the day. Today might be the day I never come up in here again. And I just kept feeling that and feeling that. And then finally, I did the jump. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. But I don't encourage anybody to go quit their job tomorrow, right? Because for a long while, my job financed my desire. It financed what I believe was my true destiny. But what I'm saying is have a plan. Know that you feel like this, Ooh, I'm so ready. I gotta pay that mortgage bill. Ooh, I'm so ready. But work on it while you're feeling that way, so that you don't just jump without a plan. So hopefully that helps. Anybody else? Yes. Oh, yes.
I brought that up because I know our bishop has spoke about how you feel stuck, and giving the person on the job more. It's like they've already laid a plan out for you for the whole year.
Yeah.
They're planning all these conferences, all these meetings, and it's like, okay, you got to stay there. That's how I'm feeling.
Absolutely.
I sit there at my job on the computer, and I'm thinking about
Your mind somewhere else.
My mind is
Yeah.
someplace else.
Yeah. And when you get to that place,
like, I'm regretting. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful place. Nothing against the company, but it's like, oh my
yeah, it has
God,
nothing to
another
do with the company. They have their goal, their mission, their objective, but do you have yours? That's all. It's just decided. They have that. They know. Okay, we have your FY14 goals, your FY13 goals, and this is what we want you to accomplish, right? But do you know what you want to accomplish? You gotta know the difference. You gotta know the difference. I think there's a quote, and I don't want to misquote it, but there's a quote that says something to the effect of, you know, if you don't decide to go after your dream, somebody will hire you to help you build their dream. So you have a choice. You build yours, or you help somebody else build theirs. Yes, ma'am.
Question is, how do you remain focused and motivated?
So even though I'm this, you know, mindset motivator, everybody's, girl, you're so motivational. I don't just wake up motivational. Like my kids get on my nerves, my husband get on my nerves, sometimes business get on my nerves, but I believe in continuing to feed this. So guess what's in my CD player? Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, Tony Robbins, gospel music, whatever it is that makes me feel amazing, I keep that. Always feeding this every day. I do not take it for granted that I can keep doing this without continuing to feed my mind. Every day. I don't skip a day. Whether it's a book that has motivational quotes, whether it's a CD, whether I go to YouTube and look at a 3-minute video, I'm always feeding my mind. You cannot stay motivated if you don't feed your mind every day. Well, I think we have like 3 minutes left. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to just share with the young lady that when it's God's will, it's always God's will. And I did 18 years with the federal government, driving to a job every day, GS-13. I said, God, I know you've got more in store for me. Stepped out on faith. My first year with no sales in my background, did $500,000. Wow. And it is because of what you're talking about, the principles that you're talking about, empowering other people. And when that is your motive, when that's what you get up and do every day, God always, He always, not sometimes, He always makes sure that your life is successful.
Amen. And I mean, that is so true, because there have been times where, you know, things are going to go wrong in business. I'm going to be very honest with you. And sometimes all you're going to have is faith. That's all you're going to have. And you can run back to what's comfortable, or you can stay in a place that's uncomfortable and say, this is gonna make me a different person. This is going to build my faith. This is going to strengthen me. This is going to somehow, I don't know what the lesson is in this, but somehow I'm going to come out on the other side more powerful than I've ever known I was. And there have been times, even in business early on, I didn't know how I was going to get a bill paid. And I'm like, I know my husband think I'm crazy because I want to give up this entrepreneur thing. And he's like, look, you got skills, girl, go back and get a job, right? And something came through. Somebody called and said, hey, we want you to come and speak for 30 minutes and we got a $2,500 check. Huh? Right? But it's because, like you said, the place that I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a place where I'm chasing money. I don't chase money. What I chase is the desire to be an impact and create transformation in somebody else's life. It goes back to the word serving. When you're really coming from an authentic place of serving, the money will always come. Always, when you least think it. We have another question?
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on what the lady said. The thing that I did for myself to get past that was to say, everything is a process. Take a sheet of paper, you start at the bottom, and you write the process out. The smallest process, just write it out until you exhaust it. And then you put it on your wall, so a place that's, I say wall because I use my wall as that way of doing it, because I don't. And so each day, if you commit yourself to doing one thing each day or each week or whatever, you know you are are working on your goal.
Absolutely.
And it's working, but I keep getting into these life situations. Like I just came back from being in Virginia for going on 7 years with my father. He didn't want to go in a senior home, and I knew there to be his caretaker. And he passed away April the 8th of last year. Now the thing is, he was 102, so I think I still more than that. So I'm just coming back to the Washington D.C. area. That's a rural area, so my life was turned around. So here I am back. You know, it's the same things that I was dealing with before, but I got to move. I got to get the action on. I mean, basically, I could step out on it today, but it's just that somehow I still need to get my place done. And there are things in life that just come up.
Absolutely.
And you say,
well, you know, when my husband lost his job, after I walked away, so I'm done with the direct deposit. I was like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. Sometimes life will turn
exactly.
upside down for you. It will throw curveballs just to see if you're willing to hang in there.
Exactly. And I did my first copyright in 1995. So you know how long I've been working on it.
So keep pushing.
But
keep doing your one thing.
Okay.
We've got it in. I'm sorry. You can talk to me a little bit over the other side. But I want you to just know that it's not going to be easy. It's not meant to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Do you understand that you're in this room because you are a very small percentage of the population who says, I'm going to do what's uncomfortable, what's difficult, what challenges me the most to get to my greatness? That makes you a very, very small percentage of the population. The question is, will you keep doing it? It's not about getting started, it's about finishing. So many people get started, and they're gung-ho, and they're fired up, and they're excited. Woo, Cheryl got me on fire! And 6 months later, you're like, so what's going on? Did you write the book? Did you publish the book? Did you do this? Did you do that? And they say, no. It got hard. It got hard. Yeah, it got hard. And some people just can't make it through the hard. You can, but it's about feeding your mind. So I have some books if anybody wants to purchase a book. The books are $20. The book is called The Power to Sizzle, Creating Transformational Power Thoughts to Create the Life You Want. I'm a busy mom. I'm a busy business owner, pouring into people's lives, coaching people. I don't have a lot of time. So I need things where I can pick up, get my thoughts of the day, and keep it moving. That's what the book is designed for. It's a quick read. I also have a package. I have offered a speaker intensive for anybody who's interested in signing up to become a speaker, and I have an entrepreneur intensive. If you're interested in that, just come over and see me. I'll give you the sheet that you can look at. But most importantly, stay connected. Don't let this be a one-time thing. Use this as the beginning of your community that you're building. Connect through social media. How many of you are on social media? Okay. Every business owner should be. It's free. It's free connections. As I like to say, it makes you an international business overnight for free. I've gotten calls to come and speak for Disney. Disney. I thought I was being punked. I was like, can I call you back? Can you give me a number so I can call you back? Because I want to call back and make sure they wasn't playing my emotions. I've got calls from Lifetime to do a documentary on Lifetime. And they all found me on social media. Out of all the billions of people in the world. Billions of people in the world. So even when you think you have this small voice, it can be a big voice if you keep feeding it. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you.